Greetings and salutations, everyone. It's time for another episode of Viewport Relay, a bi-weekly podcast where the Viewport team looks at the latest news in the gaming industry. As always, I'm your host, Albert Corson, joined by Tristan John.
Hello.
And Alex Nestor.
Hey.
Welcome. Today's a special episode. It is our 2-year anniversary episode. 2 plus 1 equals 3 year. See, I was testing you, Tristan. Good job. You caught me there. 3-year anniversary episode. Also, episode 69. Because we count that episode every episode.
Yep. It's a nice amount of episodes to have.
It's a nice, one away from 70, one might even say. All right. We are going to do our favorite intro, banter, whatever you want to call it. It's just banter at this point. What you've been playing. We're going to do one news article, and then we're going to hand it off to Mr. Jung over here to segue us into our, what is retrospective? What are we calling this?
Annual analysis. That's what it's called.
Annual analysis.
I take a page from Albert's book using alliteration.
When I was in school and I had to write poetry and I was bad at writing poetry, you just put alliteration in that and then it's good now. Or if you had like an assignment to write a poem, just write a haiku because it was easy.
It's catchy.
All right. And that almost segues. I want to start first in what you've been playing. I have been playing Monster Hunter Rise like no man. I've been hunting monsters for like a week and a half since the last episode came out. And,
I heard it causing an extinction level event.
Oh no. Maybe.
Due to how many monsters you're hunting.
I mean, I can't clarify, the exact number. Top secret. But I do have around 60 hours in the game already, which is a lot. But that's why I haven't really been playing any other game. And what was my segue? I was going to segue into something. What did I say before? I don't even remember at this point. I talk too much. Does anyone remember what I was saying? I was going to segue into something perfect with Monster Hunter Rise.
I
you guys aren't even listening to what I'm saying.
No, I was still thinking about this confession that I'm supposed to make.
Oh, okay. Well, it's real fun. And it's pretty much just like Monster Hunter World with more fun wirebug stuff and lots of monsters. And best thing about the environments in that game are so good. It's like essentially, I haven't got to throw this word out in a while. The verticality that the wirebug offers makes traversing the maps a lot more fun. Also, the doggo, great addition.
How is the kind of... I thought there were like multiple monster interactions and all of that.
Define multiple monster interactions. Do you mean like turf wars?
Yeah, like 4 monsters show up in the same zone.
The rampage quest. The tower defense. Yeah. That one's interesting. It's not bad. I don't think it's bad. But it's definitely like a complete shift in the gameplay. Like you hit like a counter gong or like a counter attack gong goes off and like suddenly you do like 10 times damage with all your weapons. So like you swing like a longsword and you do like 500 damage instead of like 50. So it's a change of pace, let's put it that way. Which I don't think is bad, but the one problem is that currently there's something called an apex monster, which is essentially like a souped up mega version of a normal monster that drops like late game items. There's only like 2 or 3 apex monsters right now. But you can only fight those monsters right now in the rampage mode, so like the tower defensive mode type thing.
I see.
So people who don't like it, then it's like too bad you're kind of forced to play that mode.
How's the performance?
It's like 95% good. I haven't done 4-player like rampage mode, which I hear is one area where sometimes it struggles. I've been playing mainly single player, but there is one place that I've codenamed the Cave of Dropped Frames. It's in the I forget, the Flooded Forest, I think is the name of the map. I always call it the Sunken Forest, but I think it's the Flooded Forest. And it's like a watery cave, and it just drops to like 20 FPS the entire time a monster runs there, and I hate it when a monster goes there. Also, I don't know why the game like lags a lot, or not lags. It has a higher tendency to drop frames in areas with water, probably because like the reflections are a little more intensive. But there's so much of all the maps that are covered in water. Like, I don't know why they would do that. So, interesting decision, but super fun game. I like it better than World, in my opinion, so far, just because I think the combat's a lot more fun. And I think the monster variety is a lot better. So, do recommend you pick it up, either on Switch or on PC next year. # not sponsored.
I was gonna say that. You showing?
I mean,
that was almost
5 million copies sold already.
Uh-huh.
This thing's gonna hit 10 mil probably before it comes out on PC. Maybe not that high. Maybe with PC it'll hit 10 mil, but that's still pretty good. All right, my laundry list of talking is done.
Your laundry list of one.
My laundry list of one. My shill. All right, who wants to go next? Is Hot Potato? Do I call on someone?
Go for it.
Hot Potato, madam. Mr. Alex Nestor.
Okay. Yeah, so I've been playing mostly just more Total Warhammer 2. Just jumping into that. I've been doing a Wood Elves campaign, actually getting into one, going up in turns for Immortal Empires campaign, which is kind of a longer campaign, usually a few hundred turns if you actually play it fully out. But yeah, just been having fun with that. Commanding armies, raising cities, and all that.
Have you made Great Stag Knights?
I have. Those are pretty beastly charge units. They are. They just destroy any kind of infantry line that they run into.
But then you got to get them out of there.
Yeah, they are definitely not tanky. They definitely do not have longevity. They are just strike and then get out of there. So what I usually do with them is just send them charging into one unit, then I just send them charging into another unit immediately after. Just keep them charging entirely the entire battle. Or if it's
like a thin group of infantry, they can just charge through the line. You just keep moving.
And then you can just reset them for another charge. Yeah, that's another good tactic.
Super fun.
Yeah, and then other than that, just some FF14, more progress on the ultimate fight. We're kind of deep into phase 2 at this point, actually. We're towards the end of it. It's just going to be cleaning up the mechanics of it. You know,
does it amaze you how people are able to beat this fight and figure out the mechanics in like 3 days?
They didn't figure this fight out in 3 days.
Oh, was it like a week? I forget how long this fight was.
Alexander, it was, I think, a little bit over a week. I think it was a week and a half or so. It's still pretty crazy that they'd be able to figure this stuff out to that extent. Because, there's so much going on at all times. A lot of damage coming out that healers have to deal with while still doing mechanics. You know, DPS are doing DPS or DPS checks while doing DPS mechanics, and tanks are being tanks, and, praying that the healer heals them, basically.
Hey, they gotta do their own stuff too, alright?
They do their own stuff through the fight, so it's more complicated than that. But it's an enjoyable fight so far, so I haven't, dreaded it or anything.
It helps the music is a banger.
Oh, yeah, I never get tired of it, because, you end up getting just the Gordius boss theme from the Alexander series of raids, and then the Brute Justice song for the current phase we're on. Then eventually we'll get to Alexander, but that's still a ways out. I think that's all I've been touching lately. I don't think there's anything new.
Mr. Jung. Yeah. It's time to confess your sins or whatever you're going to do. I don't know what you're going to do here. I'm
Hello. Actually, the confession was completely orthogonal to what you've been playing. It's something else, so I'll say it later.
Part 1 of our confessions is later.
Yeah. Get Father Roger in here. I don't know. Father Kojima. The huge. League of Legends. We had another Clash weekend. We got 7th place. I had a very serious conversation with the team.
Oh no!
But that's an aside.
Oh no!
I've been double dipped.
Coach
Jung, Manager Jung.
Ruining the fun that's supposed to be a game.
As always. I've been double dipping in League of Legends. I've also been playing Wild Rift on my iOS device, made by Apple in Cupertino.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored. Honestly, a much more relaxing version of League of Legends. But aside from League of Legends, what have I been playing? I've been playing The Binding of Isaac. Oh god, what's the new
Rebirth?
It's called Repentance. Yes, I've been playing that. I love myself a little bit of Binding of Isaac, so that's been fun. Been also playing Gunfire Reborn. That's been like the new roguelike co-op that I've been trying to go through. And reinstalled DJ Max Respect V.
I saw that.
Did you know they added like 7,000 songs to that game now?
And it costs like $500?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think I've been putting off like setting up my keyboard very nicely in that game so I can be really, really good. So I've been playing through a bunch of 6-key maps. Hopefully I'll jump up to 8-key at some point, but I'm trying to get like actually deep into DJ Max this time instead of just doing it on and off.
I can respect that. Tapping keys.
Mm-hmm.
I've wanted to get good at them, but yeah, I have the short attention span, so it's hard to actually devote myself to them fully.
I just turned that game into Guitar Hero. I just set it to 5 keys, and then I just held the keyboard like I held the Guitar Hero controller.
Did you know that they added a season pass to DJ Max Respect?
Oh no.
Hell yeah. Of course
Cue
they
the
did. Everybody
viewport team
does.
hates season pass conversation here.
No game is safe from seasons passes. It's like the last game I expected a season pass to exist in.
It makes sense to me. So what's a season pass nowadays? It's just an expansion that you're getting promised at the start. And they're just taking your money right up front. And you're hoping that the expansion's good.
Is there like levels that you gain?
Sorry, yeah, it's like closer to what Albert's saying.
Like a battle pass.
Battle pass, sorry, that's the term.
Oh, a battle? Wait, a battle pass for a rhythm game?
Yeah, you play a song, you get a bunch of points, you level up, and every time you level up, if you have the premium pass, you get a couple more items. If you have the free pass, then
what are
you
the
only
items?
get the free one. It's like little customization things for your player cards and such. You get a bunch of emotes.
There's a versus mode in that game, right?
There's a ranked versus mode.
Oh, Tristan, is that what you're
I
playing
know.
right now?
No. I'm just ramping up in normal.
You're a little normie, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
I will get there. Hey, I used to be a very good Stepmania player back in the day, so
I feel like this is 10 times harder than Stepmania.
That is true.
There's more buttons. In fact, there's double the amount of buttons on 8-button mode.
And there's like the side tracks that you need to use too. I agree, it's very complicated, but I'm trying to see how far I can get. I can't play Osa anymore because it damaged my shoulder.
Too much throwing of the tablet.
You use
stylus.
like your whole arm. You don't just use your wrist.
Yeah,
it's too inaccurate to use your wrist only. Some will
look
say.
At this. You're an arm aimer, aren't you? Like a pro. You're a CS:GO pro. You use the arm, not the wrist.
Yeah. I use all the gyrations.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the medical term?
I have no idea.
Sensitivity so low that the mouse just kind of trembles if you move it slightly. It doesn't even visibly move.
It's almost too much gyration. It's trembling. You gotta.
I want some control gyration.
Throw the mouse across the room to get it to do a 180.
You know what? Let's build like an arm cast or something for gamers that they can control. It's like a whole like jumpsuit that you need to like.
It has to be RGB, you know, right?
RGB.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
An RGB augmentation. Yeah, I like that.
Why isn't there just an RGB jumpsuit that hasn't come out for? It's like it doesn't even like connect to a game or anything. You just wear it and it just flashes lights.
Man, I hope we're getting there. You know, as events come back and start doing in-person events, this might be the time. We need to get to fashion.
Yeah,
company
gamer
on
fashion.
Fashion.
It'll be Razer. It'll come out
line.
Razer first. It'll be called like the Razer like Dynamo or something like that. You know. And tagline, you know, a fashionable gamer is a dangerous gamer or something like that. Gotta reach out to that FPS chair brand to make sure they can steal the tagline, but, you know.
Or if they want to be a little edgier, they'll be like, light 'em up.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
Which might be bad, because, that kind of encourages bad things.
Which is kind of weird, because no one else can see you, but,
But if you got the RGBs, how can they miss you?
That's true. How can you miss?
It's true. You never miss, huh?
Maybe part of its marketing is it controls the arm gyration too. It's got
man, yeah. They have a pseudoscience behind it where the RGBs pulsating wire into your brain and make you calmer or something and more precise.
It'll have some sort of like temperature control too, where it's you can turn on this mode to have heat retention mode, like a wetsuit or something, so you don't get cold while gaming.
Advanced body regulation.
Okay, that's ARR.
Mm-hmm.
A Realm Reborn. ABR. Sorry, I don't know how words work. A body reborn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's move on. Oh, sorry, Tristan. Was there anything else you had? We're moving on to the one news story before I hand over the reins. We're going to talk about our favorite subject every year that comes up at this time. E3.
Expo.
Electronic Arts Expo. Electronic Entertainment
Expo. Yeah.
Electronic Arts Expo. We should go to that one.
Yeah, the EA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when's the Madden? When's the Madden?
I'm sorry. It's because I'm doing annual analysis prep, but you think Command & Conquer is going to show up?
Okay.
Yeah, Immortals.
You know how many times I heard that during listening to all the episodes?
Why do you say words that hurt? Words have consequences. Tristan.
Oh, no.
All right.
Sorry, go ahead. Yep.
We have confirmation. It will be free. Everyone was like, they're going to do some premium thing, which, I guess we don't know yet for sure. But they did say it'll be free for everyone, online only, June 12th to June 15th. We've got some big players. We've got Nintendo. We've got Xbox. We've got Capcom. We've got Konami.
Oh.
All places confirmed.
Pachinko. They're hitting them.
Ubisoft, Take-Two, Warner Bros., and Koch Media. Coke Media. I think that's how it's pronounced.
I think Coke, yeah.
So obviously our missing players, which are people that generally didn't attend or I had side events, was Sony. They're not showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Activision Blizzard, they never really show up anyways. And I guess the big one is EA, because they normally show up.
Mm-hmm. EA Play.
EA Play. Square Enix, not showing up. Bandai Namco, not showing up. Sega, not showing up. So, we're sort of at this weird 50-50 split. We still got two of the big three, but how do you think this is gonna shape up for both the people in the event, I guess you could call it the regulars. Actually, there's some new people, right? Warner Bros. And Take-Two are never, and Konami, I guess. Typically not E3.
Yeah, they haven't done a big show in a long time, or a segment dedicated to them.
Yeah, so how do you think this is going to turn out for both people?
Wait, who are the people?
As in, the people who go and the people who don't go.
Oh. I think it'll be fine. It's still digital. You can watch it afterward. We did this last year, and I feel like it worked fine.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like eventually it'll turn into, summer showcase Civil War, where it's Team E3 versus Team Summer Game Fest.
Yeah.
It's Team Jeff. Yeah, sorry.
Unless Jeff's involved with this one too, he probably
Team
is.
Keely.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think EA. I made the same mistake. E3's been struggling for a while, so I'm surprised that so many people said that they'll show up, including two of the big three. But I think for consumers, there's no real difference in what we're gonna get.
Can I drop a hot opinion?
Okay.
I felt that last year wasn't the same without an E3. It was we had all the events, right?
Uh-huh.
They were all spread out over 3 months, which I guess was great for the podcast because we had
always
events
gave us some news to sprinkle in, yeah.
Exactly. But I feel just having a couple of days with just a bunch of crazy announcements has been a thing for the past 15 years or more.
Uh-huh.
And losing that last year felt kind of weird. Also, maybe, it might have been due to the fact that the pandemic delayed a lot of games that maybe normally would have been announced, but that's my opinion.
I do kind of like the just information deluge of an E3 type event, Just get a whole bunch and just throw it at the wall.
It's like a madhouse. That's why it's just so chaotic.
There's
I love it.
A little something for everybody, whereas a lot of the time during the Summer Games event, I really could give less of a care. Whatever they were showcasing that particular week, because it's just probably stuff I didn't want.
Like, I remember when Tristan and I 2 years ago took off days off for E3 to watch all the conferences live, and we went insane.
I almost died.
I think you live tweeted all of them, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Do you like that? I don't miss that.
Well, I mean, I didn't have to do live tweeting, so maybe I liked it a little more. But it was just so much fun. Just so much, like, a bunch of craziness over it. It's like a convention, right? Like, it's a bunch of craziness over a short period of time.
It's an expo, if you will.
Mm-hmm. But digital.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I feel like maybe it's the best of both worlds where we kind of still get that heyday, but, since some of the major players aren't taking part, we kind of get, still some sideshows sprinkled throughout, I guess, yeah, maybe sideshows isn't the right way. I mean, they're big presentations, but big presentations that aren't part of the main one, so we still kind of get, like, an extended amount of cool, exciting reveals, but we still have, like, a big couple of 2 or 3 days where it's, like, craziness just happening. It's a good mix, baby. All right. Do I any more opinions, or do I hand it off to the Jung himself?
Hello. I just like saying that every time you say my name.
It's just the Pavlovian response.
It's like the intro. All right. It's time. Year 3. Welcome to the 3rd edition of Annual Analysis, a segment where we talk about the things we've talked about for the past year on Viewport's flagship podcast, Viewport Relay. Coincidentally, this year specifically, we're actually recording on the exact 3-year anniversary of our website. So right after this recording's done, I'm going to tweet out a congrats to us.
We'll pat on the back for ourselves.
You're going to add us? Can you add us on Twitter?
I'll add all of you guys, yes.
Oh, can you add yourself?
I'm going to add myself, of course.
Okay.
This next line, I actually just copy-pasted from last year's script because nothing has changed and I refuse to learn. And here's the quote. After last year, I told myself I would do this throughout the year instead of doing it over a weekend. But here we are with myself not learning anything as usual. But that's enough whining and groaning. Let's get on with it. I did not change a single word from that script because, again, this year I listened to 20. Oh, actually, that's a trivia question. I listened to X amount of episodes.
20. All right, we got a little hint. Ooh, we got a little hint. I listened
to X amount of episodes over Saturday and Sunday at 3 times speed. And I'm sorry, guys. I love y'all, but I hate hearing your voices. I hate hearing my voice. I'm going to have to put that on cooldown after a little bit.
Put on ice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, put on ice.
Say, Tristan, time is a flat circle, so, it just repeats itself.
That is true. Let's start with the state of things exactly 1 year ago. Just a little trip down memory lane. Work from home and stay-at-home orders were just beginning. And frustrations around work from home were definitely present in the Viewport team. I had specifically said, somebody told me work from home will last until November, and that's insane. But look where we are.
1 year later. Yeah.
1 year later. EA still sucked. That was actually a quote from an episode 1 year ago where we said EA sucks, and I think EA still sucks.
Poor EA.
E3 was canceled, so that's a big change.
E3 uncanceled.
E3 uncanceled. Hashtag uncancel E3.
Mm-hmm.
We knew almost nothing about the next gen, now current gen consoles.
That feels weird to know about.
Yeah, they did throw them out real quick after the information dumps, yeah.
And I was still playing Final Fantasy XIV. Although I had claimed to have quit the game twice over the past year on the podcast. And I always kept coming back, so we'll see how that goes.
Hey, are you going to come back for 6.0 at least?
Probably not.
Oh.
There's a hidden part of this segment where I actually have quotes where I just straight up lie to our listeners. But I cut that out. But I do remember...
we can continue the lies.
Yeah, I do, like, one of the things was, like, the day Paper Mario drops, I'm gonna pick it up and play it right away. But here we are. I have yet to buy Mario Party. Or Paper Mario. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, alright, but how time has passed since then, let's jump right into the trivia. As usual, please buzz in with Viewport and wait for me to call on you before you answer. We have 17 questions coming up. Y'all excited? Y'all ready?
I'm not practiced in this ringing in thing. I'm on the other side of the podium again. It's unfamiliar territory.
I feel my performance wasn't really good last year, so I'm kind of dreading this year.
Who won last year? Do you have that stat? I think Alex won. I'm pretty sure Alex won last year.
I think Alex won. I'll splice in the results afterwards.
All
right. So before we get into the specifics, let's do a warm-up question. How many Viewport Relay episodes did we release in year 3?
Viewport.
Albert?
21.
Nope. Alex?
I'm gonna go with 23.
Oh man, I hate you guys.
22 is the correct
we had recorded 22 episodes. I'm gonna give it to Albert because he was first to buzzer.
Yeah.
We had 2 episodes skipped due to no news, and we had 2 episodes skipped due to technical failures, and then I put in brackets Tristan's soft brick incident and the Audacity incident.
What's the soft brick? Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all know what that means behind the scenes. Basically, I soft bricked my computer about an hour before recording. So, all right, cool. First point goes to Albert.
Woo!
And before we get into the meat of things, it's hard to discuss 2020 without the mention of COVID-19 and its related effects on everything around us. In how many episodes did we make a joke about COVID-19? So things like, in these trying times, or social distancing.
Viewport.
Alex?
22.
Nope.
Viewport.
Albert?
16.
Nope. Only 10. I'm
Man,
gonna give it to Albert.
It felt like we hit him almost every single episode.
Yeah, I mean, we were like dancing on the line almost.
Here's the secret. Here's the
that,
secret. Let me fill you in.
Uh-huh.
A little hosting, agenda here. Try to distance ourselves from the real world when we don't have to. So I try to avoid that topic unless it's relevant to the story.
Also, I may have cut it out during the editing room just to make sure we're not too Debbie Downer in our
Alex
in our
is going to
episodes.
be like, COVID.
All right, cool. Those are the warm-up. Now
Do
we'll
I get
start.
points for the warm-up?
Yeah, you have 2 points. Albert leading with 2-0. We'll start as we usually do with what you've been playing.
Oh, no.
This has now become the staple segment of Viewport Relay, where the members of the Viewport team talk about the various games that they've been playing between episodes. And for these questions, I've only counted the explicit games that we verbally listed during the segment. And as an editor's note, I never ever edit what you've been playing. So don't worry about me cutting out stuff that we talk about. We'll start with the easiest. What was Tristan's most played game in year 3?
Viewport.
Albert?
League of Legends.
Yes. League of Legends came up 13 times out of 22.
That feels right, yeah.
Followed by Valorant with 6 times.
Valorant?
Wow, Valorant was a thing last year, huh?
And CSGO 4 times.
Wait, TFT didn't even make the cut?
No. I did top 3, so it was not top 3.
Yeah, I feel he mentioned only maybe 2 times total.
Let's do another easy one. What was Alex's most played game?
Viewport.
Albert?
Final Fantasy 14.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Final Fantasy 14 came up 10 times out of 22 for Alex.
I feel that's disingenuous.
Yeah, it should be just 22 times.
Well,
it's constant, but yeah, I never mention it every single time.
And let's see. We had 3 games tied for second place: Battlefield 4, Total Warhammer 2, and Yakuza Like a Dragon, each 3 times.
Yeah. I'm consistent at not ever finishing games. So that makes sense.
I don't see. Here's my strategy, Alex. I don't even start them. Gotcha.
That seems to be the Tristan strat.
True.
We'll get there. There's
League of Legends.
There's a separate question about that. And finally, what was Albert's most played game in year 3?
Viewport.
Albert?
Final Fantasy 14.
Man, Albert's sweeping already.
I know.
5-0.
Hey, I picked up that game like last year-ish. Whew.
So, Albert had Final Fantasy 14 with 6 times out of 22. And he actually had 7 games in second place. Minecraft RTX, Neoverse, Xenoblade Chronicles, Super Mario 3D All-Stars, Half-Life Alyx, Beat Saber, and Cyberpunk 2077, all 2 times each.
Ooh, look at this varied gamer here.
Mm-hmm. I'm hearing the question that's coming, though.
So, last year, I did ask who played the most diverse set of games in year 3. That is not the question this year because it's too obvious what the answer is. Mm-hmm. So the question is, how many distinct games did Tristan bring up in what you've been playing in year 3?
Viewport.
Alex?
I'm going to go with 26 games.
All right. And Albert?
I'm going to say 38 games.
Well, did you know that Tristan Jung brought up 49 games?
Oh! I was going to say 50 at first because I was going to average at 2 games an episode.
That is up from 25 in year 2. Albert brought up 30 distinct games, up from 17 last year, and Alex brought up 15 games, up from 10. So
look at that.
I've become more varied, yeah.
All of us diversifying. Albert did get the point. I'm scared of keeping score anymore. Yeah, maybe I should give Alex a chance first from now on, just to keep it a little bit more even.
Okay. All right. We'll handicap the host.
Yeah. Year 3 was the year that Tristan really took what you've been playing very seriously, playing games in secret, and honestly starting to prep for it every episodes. Albert had a quote about, "Do you play new games for the sake of having material for this segment?" And I have stated, I don't know if this segment defines me or if I define this segment. So
it's true. I always say, Tristan, what about the day that I don't run the segment? And I feel like it's a disservice to you.
Yeah, kind of like the early days. Because I mean, at this point, Tristan's the handler. He has a list of the games he plays. I don't know if it's still regularly updated.
He has a spreadsheet, man.
Yeah, the spreadsheet. I don't know if you're still regularly updating it. Is it public? I forget.
It is public. It's a pinned tweet on my Twitter profile.
This where you plug your Twitter, isn't it?
Yeah, at 3_Stan.
There you go.
Look for the verified check mark.
All right. So with that out of the way, it's time for us to jump into the news as we always do. Being a video game news podcast with sprinkles of fun games and wacky opinions mixed in, we tend to talk about the various developers and publishers that make headlines. Out of the big 3, Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, which did we talk about the most during our podcast in year 3? And how I counted this was I tallied up the various news articles that I make part of the episode's description.
Okay. Viewport. I'm going with Nintendo.
No.
Oh, no. I was going to say that. This is the time it backfired because I let Alex go first. Viewport.
Yep.
Actually, this is tricky. I'm trying to think about, see, I was thinking, now that I can monologue here a little bit, we talked, last year was all about console releases, so I feel like we talked about Sony and Microsoft more last year. Who do we talk about more? I'm gonna say Microsoft.
Yes, sir. Oh, no.
Because they had so many blunders that we talked about all their blunders.
They had blunders, they had the Bethesda acquisition, there were a bunch of things that tied back to Microsoft. We brought them up in half of our episodes last year.
Ooh.
So, congrats, Phil Spencer.
We've switched the shill.
Hashtag shillin'. It was Nintendo last year, so things have shifted. Some relevant quotes about games.
Because Nintendo actually had games last year. Cough, cough.
Oh.
Other than Rise.
Some relevant quotes about game publishers in general. I had said, how can you top a car on stage unless you send a car to everyone watching? I think that was in response to the digital show.
Couldn't top it. Confirmed.
They didn't have Carl on stage that time.
Mm-hmm.
We're denied.
They didn't play Everything Is Awesome as well. I mean...
So, year 1 was the start of the Battle Royale craze. Year 2 only got worse, with 18 out of the 22 episodes last year, in year 2, I mean, mentioning a game in the genre. How many episodes did we use the name of a BR game or say the words Battle Royale in a relevant sentence in year 3?
I'm going to let Alex go first.
Yeah, I'll go first and try. I feel it was super low this year. I think it's probably only 7 or less episodes, honestly.
I'll go with 7. Albert?
Okay, let me preface here. I thought of this answer before, and I'm not Price is Righting you, but I was going to say 8.
Is there a mercy rule I need to implement? We did
I don't know.
Bring it up 10 times. 10 times.
No.
So it's compared to 18 last year, it has started to slow down, but it's definitely something that's still prevalent in our gaming lives. I think the issue is Fall Guys came up a lot.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Okay,
I would have gone higher.
Okay.
Yeah, and I played a lot of that, so it's definitely a topic that came up. I did complain about saying Battle Royale Forza gets old, because that was something I also played.
I forgot it even was a thing, yeah.
All right.
I just remember it took you hours to get that game started.
I wonder if I should let Albert go first if we're gonna Price Is Right this thing. I don't know we're trying to give Alex an advantage here.
I'm going for the golf score.
You're like, only if Albert gets the exact number, otherwise Alex gets the point.
Yeah. All right. Another huge topic in year 3 was the disappearance of our quote-unquote favorite streamer, Dr. Disrespect.
Oh.
If you thought Twitter correspondent was silly, then DocWatch 2020 ramped it up by like 10 levels. How many episodes did we run DocWatch 2020?
Do I go first?
At this point, I don't know.
3.
3. Alex?
5.
5. You know, I'm just gonna give it to Alex because I feel bad. The answer was 4.
Okay.
I did say I hate this bit at the end on the last segment, and Albert asked, in kind of what do you call it, related to our hashtag shilling this episode. He asked me, wait, why are we shilling Doc right now? Because I think I asked the viewers to go check him out on YouTube Gaming or something.
Right.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Cool. So I think Albert's on too much of a high mood right now. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit.
Excuse me?
If mobile ports and spin-offs were a topic last year, we really sharpened our sticks and went after Albert by bringing up Command and Conquer Rivals as much as possible in year 3. How many episodes did we reference the murder of one of Albert's favorite franchise?
I gotta go first? I'm gonna say 11. It's like half the time, man. Half the time you leave me with scars.
It's hard to divide it up between Command and Conquer and Advance Wars. Never actually.
I feel like you guys don't go after that one as much.
Yeah,
I inflict that one on myself.
I want to go with probably 6 episodes.
Okay, that goes to Alex. We brought it up 8 times. Eventually Albert did get really frustrated, and he bluntly just said, "Don't you dare talk about that game right now. It's dead, Alex. Leave it in the ground."
Oh my god.
That's Albert talking about Westwood Studios. That was usually our proxy way of bringing it up.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Talking about when they make great RTS games.
It didn't help they had to release the remastered this year, which was so good, and then it was like, what could have been?
Too bad. Alright, so in year 2, we've also confirmed the existence of the Tristan excitement curse, which is, if he's excited about something, aka if I'm excited about something, it has an elevated chance of failing. Some examples from year 2 include E3, Stadia, the new Pokemon games. How many distinct things was Tristan excited about in year 3?
Okay, I gotta think about this
one. Yeah, this is a rough one.
So this is the past year. What has Tristan been excited for? Okay, I know one. I got one, at least.
I have one distinct thing.
I'm gonna say 3 things.
I'm going with only 2.
Oh man, guys. I think you're not recalling what I talk about very correctly. I said I was excited about 18 things.
Oh, what?
Really?
Yeah. In the same sentence.
I can only remember Deathloop.
That's the only thing I can remember, too.
So here's the full list. Paper Mario Origami King's story. I was explicitly mentioning how I was excited about I want to see Bowser get folded into a square. I was excited about Gran Turismo 7, Resident Evil Village,
that
Devolver Digital Direct, Rainbow Six Siege's new updates coming out.
Okay, I don't know if that counts.
SMT 5, because that was explicitly announced during Year 3. Destiny 2 Beyond Light, Microsoft's Flight Simulator, Hades, the new IOI and Bond game, Endless Dungeon, Returnal, Riot's new MMO game, Mario Golf, Overwatch 2.
Oh, no. Wait, do we have an over-under? We need a spreadsheet to keep track of these and what the outcome was.
I can do that.
Yeah, we need advanced science on this.
And these are all things I only listed once. Here are some things I listed multiple times.
Oh, no.
Call of Duty Cold War, twice.
Wait, really? Oh, no.
Watch Dogs Legion, three times. I have said
that. That time is apparently a curse, okay.
And Deathloop, I have said I'm excited for this game explicitly 4 times.
Let's hope that the more times you say it doesn't make it more likely to flop.
Yeah, I don't know. Legion, though, it seems science is there. We'll see how 4 does.
Yeah, I mean, Cold War as well. Albert, you did comment on the existence of this curse when we were talking about the Lord of the Rings Gollum game. You said, Tristan, are you excited about this game? It will help me gauge how the game will do.
Yeah.
You weren't excited?
I was not excited because it was not counted.
But the gameplay just came out last month, remember?
Mm-hmm. So.
Are you excited now?
Jury's out, though. So.
No, I'm not excited now.
It's like 2-8 or something.
Yeah, it's 2-9. I'm gonna double up the points because in theory Albert has already won because there's only 17 questions. So let's see if Alex can make
this is like Family Feud where the first 2 questions don't even matter. They're gonna triple the points.
You gotta see how they're pulling.
I finally was gonna win one, and now
I mean, I spent so much time on these questions.
we might
as well get through them all. Yeah.
All right.
So 2020 was defined as the year that Final Fantasy VII Remake finally came out after much excitement from the Viewport team. In how many episodes did we talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake?
7.
Oh, you went first. I was gonna go 5. I feel like the amount of times we've berated Tristan on it, it's gotta be like 10.
What is your final answer?
10.
The final answer is 14.
Oh!
Yeah, we talked about it a lot. There was the intergrade or retrograde or whatever that we talked about, and Albert's right. Every time you guys want to bash me, we use Final Fantasy VII Remake, so it basically came up as a topic.
And have you played it still?
Nope. I think there's a separate topic about that later. It's actually coming up next.
Can we run an event for Viewport where Tristan will set a date and Tristan will play through it on stream?
We'll figure it out. That's a great idea, though. I only have one quote from Albert who said, Final Fantasy VII Horcruxes, you need to collect them all to play the whole game. We were trying to figure out how many parts there were, what consoles they're going to be on. There's a lot.
There's a battle royale. Put that in there.
Yeah.
Does that have lore? Ooh, I wonder. If this was Nomura, it definitely 100% has essential lore.
Yeah. You're going to have to play that to understand the story of Remake.
On a related note, did you know that Tristan has yet to play Final Fantasy VII Remake after he bought it all the way back in April of last year? Call it being busy or some other deep-rooted issues. This has been a theme for the year. From Final Fantasy VII Remake, Uncharted 4, Loop Hero, and more, Tristan has had a plethora of commitment challenges. How many times was this topic brought up in year 3?
Viewport. Do I go first? Can I go first?
Yeah, go for
16 times.
I'm going at least 19 times. It feels like you have a fear commitment, that's all I can say.
I'm heartbroken. Answer 13 times only, luckily. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Although Albert had a quote about, what will come first, a new Advance Wars game or Tristan finishing a playthrough of Final Fantasy VII Remake? So, that's kind of where we're at.
The jury's out still, huh?
The jury's out, yeah.
Let me bring something up right now, Tristan. You just wasted $60. Because in the time that you bought that game, it has come out for free on PS Plus.
We talked about this last month. I think the way for you guys to make me feel better was that, there's like a free PS5 upgrade or something if I bought
you'll get the upgrade for free, and then you'll be able to also buy the DLC for Yuffie.
Yeah, so I guess it's okay. Another problem that Tristan seems to have developed has been his...
Hold on, is this just that Tristan has problems? Is this actually therapy? Or are we being goaded into doing therapy for Tristan?
I group them together so I can stop talking about myself. So this is the last one. Is his inability to stop shilling for Riot, as evidenced by the earlier answers for what you've been playing. He spent the majority of the year on their games. How much money did he shill for Riot Games?
Oh, this is top secret information.
How much
I had to go through PayPal.
Oh, man.
No.
This is an extra layer.
I actually don't know how much Tristan shills. I feel like he's not a mega... Okay, I'm not going to give my strats. All right, viewport.
Albert?
We're going to say $180.
Okay, I'm analyzing you. I don't believe you've ever bought one of those super expensive Valorant bundles. Or at least I hope you haven't ever. But you have bought skins in there. And then I know just about every single champion you play in League, you have at least one skin, if not multiple. And League skins differ by price. But you usually wear the legendary ones if you do have them. I'm going with $300. $300.
300. Point goes to Alex.
Oh no, Tristan, buddy.
Maybe I'll just stop there and just say Alex is closer.
I need a number.
Tristan Jung has spent... I'm going to go from the right side of the number. It's a 0 and a 5, so that's 50 cents, right?
Okay.
And then period, 5, 8, 6.
Just under that, huh?
I have spent almost $700 on Riot Games.
Tristan heard my answer and he's like, I wish.
Yeah.
I have a problem.
I have explicitly said that this is an investment. Remember when Valorant came out and they had that 20% bonus?
It's true, but that's over.
It's over.
How do you explain that now?
And when I was talking about that, I had already spent $200 just on Valorant.
No.
I explicitly said that.
I forgot about that.
And then Albert kind of pooping on me saying, you're always going to be trash. That's what I'm saying in regards to my TFT. And then there was a lot of toxicity comments. One from me saying, the group I'm playing in, I can be drunk and still be top fragging. One from Albert saying, if you didn't know, Tristan, ... is kind of toxic. And then another one from Albert saying, you said there's no toxicity in Fall Guys, but you were streaming it yesterday and you were swearing at anyone within 2 meters of you. So
Masters only?
Maybe Riot Games was bad.
It's okay.
Okay,
it's okay.
Enough about me. Let's go back to the usual content. Aside from pooping on Tristan, there is a usual crew of favorites within the Viewport team that we talk about. Year 3 actually saw the addition of our Canadian favorite, Jeff Keighley, added to the existing group of Todd Howard, Hideo Kojima, and Cliffy B. Who did we talk about the most?
Viewport?
Albert?
It's gotta be Keighley.
Alex?
Yeah, it's definitely Keighley.
Point goes to no one. A very close tie at the very top. We talked about Todd Howard 10 times.
Who's bringing up Todd? I need numbers on him.
I mean, really Bethesda acquisition.
Yeah, okay.
We talked about Kojima 10 times. We talked
bringing up Kojima.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what talk about Kojima.
There were some news articles about Kojima's movie project for a couple weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. What if, how many, did you add on the Kojimbo references to Kojima's count?
No. Like, I was counting when we explicitly said his name in, like, an actual...
Yeah.
And we talked about Jeff Keighley 9 times, so it was very close.
Okay, it was very close. So I knew Keighley was on the rise. I knew that much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pump his numbers up this year artificially. A little collusion here.
Cliffy B? Poor guy. We only mentioned him once.
Well, yeah,
he retired.
He went away to be a family man, but I believe latest is that he's actually coming back on some capacity. So,
so
see
maybe
what
this
happens
year.
there.
Can we get Keighley on our podcast?
I don't think Alex and I would be able to hold a professional conversation with him.
But Tristan, you're best friends with him.
Yeah, I guess that's true. We actually did talk about Phil Spencer a bunch, especially his office, because it kept showing up during the digital events, but I forgot to count it. So next year, I'll make sure it's on there.
Mm-hmm.
If we talk about him though, maybe he'll be elusive this year.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe Cliffy B's going to win it next time. I don't know. I did not expect Todd and Kojima to be tied for first.
All right. Here we go. Ready? E3.
Yep.
Konami presentation.
Kojima's
We're proud
back.
to announce our newest IP from a renowned developer,
Cliffy
Bazinski.
Oh my god. We're back into video games. Here's Cliffy B to bring us back in. Sure, why not? It'll probably be okay. Yeah.
A lot of quotes about our favorite developers. Alex really did not like Kojima. He seems unhinged.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's an absolute artiste at filmmaking. And I emphasize artiste because I laughed while I was editing that.
Mm-hmm.
I called Kojima ugly, and Alex was like, you gotta do Kojima like that? Just call him straight up ugly?
Yeah, I had to defend him at that point, because he's a handsome man, I think. So.
Albert also had some quotes. Kojima's next game will have a dinosaur in it. Bold call.
Hey, jury's out.
Jury's out.
Jury's out.
And on Todd, and Bethesda, Albert said, Obsidian made Outer Worlds, which is the Fallout killer, and now Todd is making Starfield, which is the Outer Worlds killer. Jury's out. We'll see about that.
Jury's out. What about Inner Worlds, huh? It's gonna be like Spore, where you're in the cell phase.
And then someone needs to make the Inner Wild, so we continue to get confused between the names.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Cool. Next question. We often guess about random things, and this year was no different. Although, this year, the next-gen release was a huge topic, with the team talking about it 8 times throughout the episodes that we had. We had a couple guesses throughout the year, but one of us actually got really, really close with the final set in terms of the release date. Who was correct?
Wait, as in like when each console would release?
Yeah, when the consoles are going to come out, we did a guess right before the announcements in September-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And one of us basically got it right.
I believe Tristan did. I can't remember quite clearly, but I feel Tristan probably made the correct assumptions.
I'm a toot my own horn, say myself.
Point goes to Albert.
Oh.
Albert was the closest. I actually said December 2020. And then Albert followed up with November 2020 before Black Friday.
Ooh.
Which is probably the closest you can get.
Marketing genius.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And with that, we are at the end of the news segments of this episode.
Did anyone get the price? I remember we wiffle waffled on it. I was saying 600 and that didn't happen. I remember that.
I have it because we talked about it last year. The actual guesses around pricing were... 1 second.
I feel like Alex was correct. I think Alex was the closest.
No, I think Albert was the closest again. You said $450 for PS5.
Oh.
And Alex and I said $500.
How about Xbox? Did we guess Xbox?
We did not guess Xbox.
Ah.
Anyways, Albert,
I'm the insider.
He is the insider.
Yeah. I've been outed.
Mm-hmm. Your uncle doesn't work at Sony. Your dad works at Sony.
My dad works at Sony. My uncle works at Microsoft.
All right, final question. We're at the end of the news segment, and since we have time left, why don't we talk about some of the games we played thanks to our producer, Albert Corsten. To kick us off, I want to highlight the amazing game names we had in year 3. We had Fact or Fiction, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. That's where the Kojima comment came from for me.
Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah.
Deed Detectives, Global Game Generators, and International Individuals. Who was the overall champion this year between Alex and myself?
I feel like Alex would know this. I actually don't know. I don't keep track of this at all.
I feel I have the slight edge this year. I think last year it was pretty definitively you, but I feel like I was a winner a lot of the time this year. This episode notwithstanding, obviously, but...
I'm gonna go with Alex's... No, wait. I'm gonna go with Alex as well.
Yep, Alex did win more games. I'm gonna give it to Alex because he went first. Alex won 3 out of the 5 games, and I only won 2.
Ooh, edging him out in that best of 5.
Him in the clutch. It was that, the video game soundtracks or whatever we did. That one, I seem to have a distinct edge on compared to Tristan.
I think that was year 2. The one where you quote-unquote bodied me as a pun was the international one.
The fighting game characters. Yeah, that's right.
Oh my god,
that's
I got destroyed. Yeah. Okay, that brings us to the end. Even with the score adjustments and the handicap introduction, Albert takes it away with 15 to 6.
There we go.
It's definitely closer last year. I'll try to change things around. I also want to highlight some of the one-off segments or multiple segments because some of these weren't one-off that we had on the show. We had Market Watch, we had Hot Takes Only, Backlog Discussion, and Implore the Ore, which Albert ran 4 times.
That one's fun.
It is
hard
fun.
to come up with categories.
That was a deep thinking one, yeah.
Just before we go to the quotes and the random stuff we made up and, in memorandum, 2 things that we do need to do is the backlog check-in. That is something that we said we will do.
Oh, no.
And we need to settle the bet of Kojima revealing a game versus Final Fantasy VII Remake being fully released. I don't know if that's even going to happen this year, but I want to bring that up. Along with Advance Wars versus Tristan finishing Final Fantasy VII Remake. So those are the 3 things that we should follow up on.
I think I got good odds on that last one, by the way.
You know what? I will stream the game. How about that?
I'm going to guilt Tristan into playing Final Fantasy.
God damn it. And with that, we're at the end of the trivia game for year 3. That's annual analysis. I wanted to end with a grab bag of random things. We have some quotable quotes. First topic is around our perspectives on friendship. I said, I'm glad our friendship is strong enough to watch hentai together.
Oh.
Actually
Anime Standing.
Hentai. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah. That was a game.
Yeah, that was a
game I played.
Albert stating that I like Mario Party better because it's some of the most fun friendship ending moments. Mario Party versus Mario Kart.
Yep.
And on
Mario
the same
Golf, kind of, yeah. I think he mentioned kind of the same thing.
On the same topic, I did say for Mario Party, you go in with 3 friends and come out with none. So I think we do need to play.
That should be on the box. That should be on the box.
Yeah.
I actually like that quote.
And some random quotes from across the year. This one's one of my favorites. When we were discussing mages versus warriors and Implore the Ore, Alex had said, a master of the arcane arts uses their big, wrinkly brain to outsmart their opponents with hundreds of spells, justifying why mages are better.
It's true.
So they're not smooth brain. They're very wrinkly.
No, they're very wrinkled. Extra
very
folds.
This, I didn't even know how to categorize. I literally just said, do you ever break off the corner of a tortilla chip and eat it? I think I would do the same to the PS5.
Right. Now that I have a PS5, I can see why you made that comment.
Albert saying, I played Paper Mario Origami King. It was great. They made a Hitler reference. I was like, okay.
I think they did. I don't remember exactly, but I think they did.
Me, another random quote. You know when you make rice and you pop the lid and the sound that it makes? That's like how it feels to play Fall Guys. Thank you, past Tristan.
I don't know if that's a good feeling or a bad feeling.
I understand it, yeah.
Yeah. And Albert, of course, talking about the most exciting next-gen console, announcing it during the episode. He said, we have a new console that just came out, the KFC Gaming PC.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Mm-hmm. That was a hot.
You better have the dating sim pre-installed on it.
Yeah, hopefully.
Man, I gotta get one of those.
And I'm gonna keep track of this for next year because I kind of forgot, but I did, almost like the MCU and Robert Downey Jr. and Tony Stark, I explicitly stated that I am the people's gamer. And that was the start of the hashtag relatable gamer. So let's see how far that goes.
That's big saga.
Cool. Those are some of the random quotes I had. Want to highlight some of the event names. I was going to make a trivia question, but it was hard to phrase it. Everyone went digital this year, so I collected all the names of the events we talked about. We had Xbox Insider, Summer Game Fest, Nintendo Direct, New Games Plus, Future of Gaming, EA Play Live, PC Gaming Show, Stadia Connect. Remember that one?
No, actually.
Ubisoft Forward, Xbox Game Showcase, Devolver Digital Direct, State of Play, and Square Enix Presents.
Now that I reflect on it, Future of Gaming is such a pretentious name for
it really was, conference. Yeah. I hated that title for Sony's conference so much.
And was that Sony's?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was that one, the Japanese one.
No, you made the exact same assumption. It was New Games Plus was the Japanese one.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Something about Ubisoft Forward just rubs me wrong. I don't know. It's just how it rolls or something. I just don't like it. Doesn't sound good.
I like Square Enix Presents because they were like, oh, Nintendo, whenever Sakurai presents a new character, just called Sakurai Presents. We'll just kind of steal that. Is it a weird thing to feel that Nintendo pioneered the online direct? Or
yeah, the one time they're ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, the one time they're ahead of everyone else in the digital era.
Their laziness paid off.
Exactly. Their desire to save money makes them
not appear on a stage, yeah.
Uh-huh. I miss Reggie, guys. I'm gonna say that right now.
Same. Maybe he's gonna suit up again now that he's not on GameStop's board.
He's gonna turn Nintendo into a meme stock.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
He made the stock so powerful.
I have a laundry list of crazy ideas as usual. It was more extreme than last year. I actually had to filter a bunch of them out, and I still ended up with 30. So I'm going to try to go these really quickly. If you have comments, just cut me off. Game announcements as a service.
Agreed.
Yeah. Troy Baker and Nolan North car engine voice pack in Dirt. Assassin's Creed Modern Warfare.
Oh.
Idle games where you try to make the numbers go down so you go in debt.
I feel like that's Animal Crossing.
Revolve, a sequel to Evolve.
I want the context behind that one.
I don't remember that either.
All I hope for is it has Vin Diesel in it. That's really all I
want. We had Surgeon Royale, a 32-player surgeon sim game.
I remember that one.
FIFA with rockets.
Oh.
I don't remember the context
for
that
either.
either.
Is there a Battle Royale mode in that one too?
Marvel versus Capcom versus Nintendo.
It's pretty much just Smash Bros at this point.
With added Capcom, yeah.
The introduction of MMR and ranking for your workplace.
Don't give Amazon any more crazy ideas.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos is taking notes.
Crucible : Battle Royale.
Oh yeah, my suggestion for how to refinalize. Man, Crucible was a thing, wasn't it?
For 2 months.
Pour one out for Crucible.
This one's my favorite one. I should have put it at the end, but it's daisy chaining Xbox Series X's together to build a Bitcoin farm.
Oh. I like it.
It might work. Who knows?
Mixer 2 or a Mixer Reborn, because Mixer died this year.
Rip Mixer.
Ubisoft versus Square Enix, like Marvel versus Capcom. We brought that up because Albert kept getting Square Enix stuff mixed up with Ubisoft.
Yep.
I swear to God, every time I think of Tomb Raider, I think of Ubisoft.
State of Knack. or Detective Knack. In response to the Doc Watch.
Dr. Knack.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Where is Knack? And we also had Knack 3 : baby as a
baby.
RGB chair or an RGB bed.
You know what? I think RGB chairs actually exist.
Yeah, I think so.
100% they exist now. They've been made.
Albert explicitly asked, is RGB bed a mood? That's something I would not expect to come out of Albert's mouth, but here we are. Mm-hmm. We had Street Fighter, a Hideo Kojima game.
Wait, didn't they? Oh no, it was the new Mortal Kombat movie that just came out.
Yeah. We had Lord of the Rings Gollum, but like Shadow the Hedgehog, as in, let's give him guns.
Yep, guns, yep.
I would play that.
Which, after watching the little teaser they did, maybe that would improve it.
We had Man vs. Machine, where Tristan builds a bot for Final Fantasy XIV fishing versus Alex doing the fishing manually.
Tristan, do you think you could win that?
I don't think so. We had a PS5 with a pizza oven on the bottom.
I'd buy that.
Our KFC console competitor, yep.
We had games as a service. I
remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been an episode name.
Mm-hmm. Speed Golf. I think this is Alex. A drinking game.
Yeah, that was for Mario Golf where they had like the speed golf mode.
Yep. Pikmin Warriors.
Oh my god.
We had two or three instance gameplay of WoW and WoW Classic. So you're leveling up in both WoW and WoW Classic at the same time.
Nice.
We had Viewport Relays understudies, so we can get to episode 1000.
Ooh.
And honestly, this is actually a realistic idea we should do. I saved it for last. The Batsu Gamer Club.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, I like the idea of this. Complete that backlog or you get punished.
Well, yeah. What are the punishments?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
One last section, as we always do. In memorandum. All the things that we said rip to. A short list. Amazon Game Studios. Microsoft Mixer. Facebook Gaming. Artifact 2.0. Queeby. Avengers.
Queeby?
Yeah, what's Queeby?
You guys said, what is Queeby last time I brought it up too. So, it's, I'll catch you guys up later.
Okay.
Anthem. Stadia. Crucible. And I have a quote on Crucible. It's by Albert. Albert said, it's merely going back into the womb. I don't know how I didn't cut that
out. Man, now with the context of it just being ended as a service, that's wild. Okay.
And finally, rip to Albert's cold opens.
Rip. One as a team. Rip.
Just pour it out. So much. Wow, 2020 was a mood, wasn't it? Everything died that year.
Yeah, was definitely a mood. Another quote was vibing our way out of October, I think Alex said.
I like that quote.
As we hit the inflection point of all things bad. But anyways, that wraps it up for annual analysis. Future Tristan, as you listen to this, as you edit this, please just generate the spreadsheet as you're editing. Do not wait until April of next year to do a 30-hour binge on your friends' voices.
Note to Tristan from 1 year now. Congratulations. You did not listen to your past self.
Yeah, just a note to future Tristan. Editing Tristan cut out this part of the podcast, so he didn't actually ever get the message.
I couldn't put this in, but we did make a lot of kind of fourth wall breaking comments in year 3, either by saying that's another check mark for an annual analysis, or giving advice to future Tristan. So thank you, folks, for being better at that.
Is there a reason why Tristan is the only one that needs advice on this podcast? We're trying to fix him.
I'm a broken man.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I'll hand the reins back over, Albert, so you can close us out. But that's been annual analysis.
Thank you, Tristan. I don't know why I said that in a different voice. Like there was some cut in the middle, but there was no cut. This is live, all right? But that's it. I got nothing. That was a cheers to year 4 of Viewport. Clink.
Clink.
That's our little glasses clinking. But that wraps it up for episode 69 of Viewport Relay. Viewport Relay is available on Radio Public, iTunes, Google Music, Stitcher, Podbean, and all your favorite podcast directories. If you enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to subscribe, review, and share it with your friends. We're also on social media as Viewport Gaming on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. But Alex, why Viewport Gaming?
Oh, Viewport Gaming is part of Viewport Relay. Wait.
We've assimilated.
It's gone the other way around this year. Well, Viewport Relay is a part of Viewport Gaming, a website for reviews, video game news, and this very here podcast. If you want to check out our previous reviews and things like that, you can check it out at viewportgaming.com.
Thank you, Alex. And as always, I've been your host, Albert Corson, joined by Tristan Jung.
Goodbye.
And Alex Nestor.
See you next time.